Despite being an outsider in many ways, Jake Paul has succeeded in carving out a special place for himself in the combat sports industry. Although there is no doubting the influence he has had in raising awareness of the sport, the major question that hangs over his career is what will happen when he takes on a truly talented, seasoned fighter. His journey from YouTube sensation to professional boxer has been nothing short of extraordinary. Jake Paul is currently having a lot of success, and his name is often associated with both controversy and achievement. Personality, entertainment, and some unexpected victories in the ring are the foundations of his brand. However, as his opponent's skill levels continue to rise and the stakes rise, both fans and critics are eagerly awaiting the inevitable. What will happen when Jake Paul faces a legitimate, world-class boxer? Many people are interested in this subject because they want to know if his boxing career can withstand the pressure of actual competition. Jake Paul has faced a variety of opponents at this point in his career. Many of them have little or no boxing experience or are not professional fighters. His boxing career has received mixed reviews as a result. Although many believed he wouldn't, he has demonstrated an incredible dedication to the sport by training diligently and putting his all into boxing. Perhaps more significantly, he was able to sell these fights and garner a great deal of attention. His knockout wins over opponents like Nate Robinson and Ben Askren demonstrated that he could capitalize on the opportunities that were given to him. Jake Paul has undoubtedly made boxing more interesting than most people could have imagined, regardless of your opinion of him. The thrill of seeing someone who isn't a skilled boxer enter the ring, though, is short-lived, like everything else. The desire for more serious fights will eventually surpass the attraction of seeing Paul defeat opponents who aren't technically capable of defending themselves. When he encounters someone who is capable of fighting, what will happen? The stakes will drastically shift. It will now focus on true skill, strategy, and endurance rather than spectacle or entertainment. It will be at that point that the audience will learn whether Jake Paul is a passing fad or if he can actually compete with more established pros. The curiosity surrounding Jake Paul's next move is the main reason so many people are following his boxing journey, not only his social media stardom or viral status. What would happen if a real boxer was the opponent in the next bout? Jake Paul's performance under the pressure of real competition is just as important as his ability to win. It will be a pivotal moment in his career when he eventually fights a fighter who possesses the expertise, technical proficiency, and conditioning of a professional boxer. Jake Paul's reputation will suffer greatly if the battle turns out to be close or, worse, he loses. Though not necessarily because they trust Jake's skills, the number of viewers will probably increase dramatically. Rather, a large audience will see him be humbled. Jake Paul's ability to spark curiosity has been one of the most intriguing features of his ascent in boxing. Fans want to know. When confronted by a real boxer, they want to know if he can maintain the facade or if he will be revealed as a fraud. The public's response may be strong if the fight proves to be a fierce contest in which Jake Paul genuinely loses or, worse, struggles. A sizable section of the audience is rooting for him to lose. Anger has been stoked by his brazen demeanor, his past contentious behavior, and the way he has conducted himself leading up to these altercations. This has undoubtedly contributed to his success in terms of attention and pay-per-view purchases, but it also indicates that a sizable portion of the public is anxiously anticipating his possible demise. Seeing someone who exudes such confidence take on obstacles in front of the public is naturally fascinating. At that point, it's more about Jake Paul's character and story than it is about boxing. The battle is more than simply a sporting event. It's the latest development in a drama that has been making headlines, on TV, and on social media. Whether you like Jake Paul or not, his fans are interested in how this story unfolds. Winning a title isn't the only thing at stake in these upcoming bouts. Upholding one's reputation is also crucial. In addition to competing against rivals in the ring, Jake Paul is defending his reputation, brand, and heritage. Pleased to see the man who made millions of dollars on his extravagant persona finally fail. However, there is also a chance that Jake Paul will be able to recover, reclaim his reputation, and carry on fighting no matter what. If he is as committed to boxing as he says he is, a defeat might only be a setback rather than the end of his career. It's still unclear if he can manage that level of strain. There is a noticeable amount of anxiety surrounding Jake Paul's boxing career. You may anticipate a media frenzy if he does take on a legitimate boxer and the bout ends up being close. Every detail of the fight will be examined from several perspectives, and it will take center stage in the headlines. Both for Jake Paul and the sport as a whole, the stakes will be higher than ever. While casual fans may just want to see a nice bout, boxing connoisseurs will be keenly observing to see if Paul can measure up. The main attraction of any major event is that people will flock to it when the outcome is unpredictable and the stakes seem genuine. However, Jake Paul's career does not necessarily end if he loses the bout. Whether he can accept that defeat, grow from it, and bounce back stronger is the true question. In actuality, his boxing career is only in its early stages. He will have setbacks like any boxer, but his legacy will be determined by his ability to bounce back and keep going. Jake Paul's ability to attract attention, evoke strong feelings, and craft captivating stories is evidence that he is in this position at all. The secret to his success in the ring is that you're likely to continue watching him whether you like him or not. Jake Paul's future in boxing may ultimately hinge on a number of variables, including his capacity for growth and adaptation, his commitment to the sport, and the constant curiosity of the public about his next move. The world will be watching whether he wins or loses on the crucial day when he takes on a real, great fighter. His performance against a truly talented opponent will be the real litmus test for his career, not the spectacle of his wins or the viral moments he has produced. At that point, we'll know whether Jake Paul is genuinely suited for the professional boxing scene or if his tenure will be viewed as a brief but enjoyable phase. Whatever occurs, one thing is certain: Jake Paul's prominence is not going to diminish very soon.